What's up, everybody? We are going to take a look and dive into the production, mix, and mastering of my song, I Hope They Serve Beer in Hell, the melodic bass version. What's up, everybody? We're going to dive into I Hope They Serve Beer in Hell, the melodic bass festival version. I guess it is what Cool. All right. So, just a few things to note right off the top. The master, because I'm streaming on OBS, I had to turn the actual output of Ableton down -3. And same with like Spotify, I got to just turn it down about 3 decibels because for some reason the loopback audio pushes it a little forward into the red. I don't have my Neve actually routed there, so I don't know why it does that, but it just does. So just imagine this is at 0. This is how the record is on Spotify. So I didn't take anything out, change anything, and we'll kind of dive into it. So as you can see, the entire track pretty much. I mean, there's a print right here, probably just for my Neve or something like that. But this is the bulk of what's happening. So there is a whole entire master chain that is sickening to actually look at. There's just so much going on in there. I wanted this to be the most aggressive, loud, in your face, thick, punchy, new world dynamic melodic bass track that has just a little bit of 3 dimension, almost like kind of like some hip hop and good old thick 2013 to 2016 17 EDM. So that said, went really really hard on the mastering, but the arrangement is super cool. So again, this is the main kind of master that's doing all the heavy lifting, and then that goes down to the actual main where I used to have some different stuff on this. Been working on this for a while, and I just tried different things, took it off. Actually, nothing is on the master. I can even take this stuff off because and then this TR5 is just another metering system that I have up here. So this is mini meters. This is TR5 from T-Rax. So that said, at the very end, I did decide to take one of my old tracks, throw just one part of it that happened to be inside the key of this song, and add this kind of cool little bass lick. And what I did was I just turned down the volume of the entire master just for those quick parts. So you can see right here, yeah, it just came out right there, and then everything else was good and groovy. I don't know why this happened, probably because it doesn't even turn on until there, so that makes sense. A lot of different trial and errors on this record. Went crazy on so many different things, and I'm super happy with it. It creates an energy and a vibe that I just am obsessed with. So let's work from the top backwards. Let's go and get into what is on the master. Okay, so I turned utility gain, just regular volume, up 5 decibels. I have this kind of master chain right here, boosted it up another 2 dB. At one point, I guess I tried some Ozone 8 excitement. I don't have Ozone 8 anymore, so I tried to recreate it on Ozone 10, and I don't love how this always happens, but Ozone 10 versus Ozone 8 or Ozone 5 or whatever, it just doesn't sound the same. You can't bring your presets over in a cohesive way, in my opinion. Really bummed about that half the time, but either way, I just put a little bit of triode up on the high 10K and up. So that's it from Ozone Exciter. Then we have the Pro MB just taking down a little bit of lows. And I remember these things were like some of the last things I did. I already had this whole chain going on. I was like, I gotta back some stuff off, and I did that this way. Beyond this one, we have another Pro MB that's kind of taking care of the lows and the actual kind of low mids, right? So there's quite a bit of multi-band compression going on. You got your sub, your lows, your low mids. That kind of adds to the urgency, that kind of compression. So then I guess I even have another one. This one's nuts. I kind of got this from a friend and it just seems to work. I don't really know what's going on here. If y'all can decode it, let me know what's going on. Basic 4-band punch. And I don't know if that's around here or anywhere, if it's just like literally from my friend. But this thing's pretty nuts and it gives you a sound for sure. I'll even play it for a second with it and without it. At the moment, I'm not even really hearing it. But anyways, I had that on at one point and I left it on. Now we're getting into actually like making it a little bit louder. I have a true peak limiting of 6.7 gain. Nothing crazy going on there at all. And then I tried some ozone imaging. I didn't even go with it. This is back on 8, or maybe I had to redo it. Yeah, I had to redo it over in 10. Really, all I did was take down the lows so that the sub is mono at that point. Let's see, what else did I do? I pulled down the, I guess, transient tamer. I don't know. Sometimes I just mess around with ozone, see what they have and what's going on. I guess I did all that. I tried the brick wall limiter for a little bit, wasn't satisfied. Brought some highs, I believe, yeah, from the Mog. Then I did it again with another. So it's just kind of the first one's a little bit more aggressive. And then the second one just added a little bit more. I used plasma because I had just gotten plasma. I think I used it just on most of the kind of, well, just not the sub, basically. It's a cool plugin. I want to get back to using that a little bit more. Then I did Goldfoss Master just a little bit. You can see the numbers there. Then I got the Waves M Shaper for some more like serious loudness. So now we're kind of getting into what caused the loudness. This M Wave Shaper. It's all so compressed at this point that I could probably have just let go of a few of these things. But I think I was letting this do a lot of the heavy lifting. I mean, all of this drives into these last ones. But anyways, did another Pro MB, just taming a little bit more here and there, giving it a little bit more character and color, obviously. Pro Q just took down a few frequencies I didn't love. You do this at the end of an entire master, you're going to get some really great results because it's already so cooked. You're just really going to reshape the tone of the track. And then I have the TR5-1, which is really, I think, what I decided ultimately was going to give it all of the power. This is the one where if I turn it on and off, you're going to hear the difference. So this is on, or I'll go off first. So that's where I really threw in everything. But if I turn this off again and you go back and I turn off the M Wave Shaper, listen to this now with and without it. So this is without the M Wave. Yeah, that just sounds meaner in the low mids with the M Wave Shaper on. So then I go into TR5 and then, boosted the crap out of it, probably too much. but I don't care. I like loud and aggressive music. I come from punk rock and death metal. This is nothing compared to that. And I don't know. I think that some of the melodic bass these days plays it too safe and it's not fun. And it's beautiful and well arranged and all, but it just doesn't have a feeling to it. Unless you play it on massive, massive speakers, which I don't know, whatever. Like, I want to listen to music sometimes at home or in the car too, not just at a festival. So that's the huge. And then obviously your utility gain to kind of like turn things up and down towards the very end. But that's the whole big master chain. Now let's dive into basically the drums. Like we'll start there. Lot going on. This kick has 3 layers. We'll start here. Right? And then beyond the kick, we have, you know, the ghost. This is my ghost channel. You have your snare. And then you got your cymbals. You can see it's got a nice side chain on it. Nothing really going on, just good sample choice, you know. Some cool things like a Haas effect with, you know, right and lefts. You got a little swell coming up. Cool. Let's see. We have another snare for the verses. Right. Then you got some hi-hats. I think I have hi-hats. Why wouldn't they be playing? Weird. Just kidding then. Just realizing right now that the hi-hats might have been off the whole entire time. Let's check it out real quick online. Yeah. Jeez, I'm gonna have to go back and put out another master again. Which is probably good after all this time, because I could probably clean this up a little bit better now that I'm like over the initial, like, yeah, it's the most hardcore track I've ever made. But yeah, I would turn off obviously my LFO tool. I'm not authorized. Wonderful. I bought this is like the first plugin I ever bought. Hilarious. Why? Anyways,
they say that I'm lazy, maybe, but that ain't crazy. You say exactly what you need.
Maybe we'll have a new master by the end of this. And then of course towards the end that stuff kicks in. Yeah, I mean, I might just turn it down a little bit, but those hats needs to go back in the record. Whatever. Effects and fills just go crazy with like stuff that's like swelly. So one thing I'll say is like this Arcondo sub drop is really cool because it starts off the sub and the bass of the entire drop. Without it, you really don't have any subs. So if I go all the way down to my sub, you will notice that nothing is there, right? My low bass and my sub. This is probably my subgroup. I must have done something. I must have had a macro somewhere that like turned off the first hit. Anyways, this is, I don't even know why I'm making this video. I don't know who the hell is going to follow along to all this shit. But anyways, yeah. Without that, it will sound like this. Right? So you want that boom. Cool. So effects and drums, you know, sidechain it obviously, do what you got to do. Most of these is just sample selection. You know, there's nothing even on, you know, maybe high cut a few things. But sample select until you're super, super excited and happy with some little background of fill drums and fill effects and stuff. We have the pre-drop. Just some more Foley and stuff like that. I mean, again, all this is just cashmere. A little bit of sticks, Fairlane. Right, and then here is the build up. Probably missing a few things, like I guess before I go there, I'll go to the percussion. So let's do pre-drop fill. That's done. Right, more. Those are snares, obviously. And then we got the rim shot. Little Valhalla room, right? Take that off. So it was already pretty wet. Then just kind of extended it. The build. Cool, nothing too crazy. Obviously sidechain that whole entire group, and we're done with drums. So yeah, there's a lot going on with the drums the entire record, and they change up like crazy. Here, we'll play through them. And so on and so forth. So let's go to the drop sense next. Here we go. can see the filters doing some filter sweeps here and there. And we got some little stops and goes for the sidechain wasn't doing enough for me, so I wanted to kind of just turn down some things on certain hits. Pro MB looks like I was taming some areas there. Looks like I have 3 compressors. I guess I think that's like the Millennium trick or something like that. Some more turn downy things, turn uppy things. I was trying to boost everything up with the Mog EQ. I remember going back and forth on this for a while, and then I ended up not doing it since it's off there, and I ended up putting it up here on the master, right? So yeah, don't be deceived. Well, actually, is it off? Oh, it's off again. My bad. So the master, I guess, doesn't even have the Mog. Okay, good to know. I do remember being super excited how bright it was getting, but it wasn't translating to other cars and stuff like that, other speakers. So back to the drop sense. So that's on the main level of stuff, you know, nothing too crazy actually compression wise, except for the Fab Filter MB. But then of course there's another group. So we got some EQ work, didn't end up using any of that. EQ work, and then another Pro MB, which I went crazy on in this aria. Then I obviously had a few kind of like gain things. This is what I was talking about earlier, where like the sub it doesn't come in on the first hit, right? And then I also had like reinforced the so that's all in this group, which goes all the way down to the reverse chords before the hook and stuff. So all of this stuff is what we're going to be talking about right now, and we're going to see we got the actual chords coming up next. So there's another Fab turning down a lot of the highs of those chords. And then down here, you know, we have all of our layers. And I guess I was using some mid-side stuff. But anyways, let's listen to just the chord layers. Right, so let's listen one by one. And then let's see. So you can see I kind of just put every serum layer I could with saws into the equation until it sounded right. Let's see, some OTT on there too. Then we have this low bass. Serum, simple 808, but huge. Nothing going on practically at all besides the filter cutoff. And then there's a Pro Q3, just taking out for some reason this little area. And just turned down the beginning hit because I think the boom was still going a little bit. So after that low bass, that's kind of the sub. We have more of the mid basses. So you can hear the mid bass right here. Take away drop chords from sticks. There you go. I guess I tried Camel Crusher, didn't like it, EQ'd it a little bit, used a Haas effect. And that's the synth of the mid bass. But then you also have the guitars. And And I gotta be honest, I can't remember everything I was doing here. It looks like I was doing MIDI guitars, then printed them all down. It looks like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the. Oh, I think Contact was, yeah, Contact was being, it was like crashing because Native Instruments Contact crashes Ableton now all the time for me. So I had to take off the, I had to go in one by one on all these tracks and figure that out. I remember that now. It's so annoying. Anyways, it was Contact, I think Sunburst, electric guitar probably. Then I was using all the Blink things, possibly tweaking some stuff there. Who knows? Just use your ears. OTTT, did that stuff. I Haas affected it, and I did a little bit of EQ8. Each layer. So that's obviously a different amp, and it looks like I used Billy Modern Sharp for that one. And it looks like this was single notes. This was power chords. Yep. And then let's see what else we got here. We got another amp. This one's almost clean, and it sounds like this. Right? And then all together. And every time I do these videos or attempt to, I always wish that I didn't have, it didn't sound so like side chained, but I never know where my compressors that are side chaining actually are at the end of a record. So, and I know I could just put them all in one spot, and route all the tracks there, but I don't like, I like to have control and have feel on my side chain, and for better or for worse, sometimes it's better to do either way. Chords that go reverse. So really it's the fakest reverse in the world. It's just a pad, and then I just like swelled it up with volume basically. So nothing much there. I guess it's the brake pad chords from Arcando. Arcanando, I don't know how to say his name. Hook. So there's a lot going on here. I tried the Mogs. They didn't end up making the record, but then I did Plasma for sure, and then I slammed that pretty hardcore. You can see I have somewhere down the line turned on and off this utility gain, but I guess maybe I decided not to. So that was a doozy. All right, let's hop into this. Let's see what we got here. So we got vocal chops. I guess we don't have vocal. Oh, okay. So that's actually my vocal. Just doing its thing. Looks like we have. I tried Manipulator, Camel Crusher, and all sorts of stuff. I did end up using Camel Crusher, Annihilate, British Clean. Tried Manipulator again, then went with a clean chain. So that distorts the whole situation right there. And that's just this guy doing the thing. Pitching. I'm sure I'm pitching. Am I not pitching? Yeah, pitched a little bit down. Then you have your actual kind of like lead guitar. I tried a whole bunch of stuff on that. You got Soothe, you got OTT. We'll kind of work backwards on this one. So you got OTT, you got Soothe, didn't use anything else. Some EQ, didn't use any of that. Valhalla, delay. It's pretty wet, honestly. I ended up, pulling back the width at one point. And the guitar is made up of sounds like this. And then I added this electric piano. Then I added phase plant. Some Roy Knox presets on phase plant are really good. Kind of boutique, hard to find. Really probably should have cut that low end out. You could see on each hit there's like low end. But whatever. Ended up probably added to some punch at the end of the day. Let's see what else. Didn't use that. And then now we're down to the actual vocal chops, I think. Nope, more guitars. Almost clean. And then we have I have a feeling that these are the same as these ones, but I just didn't use. I don't know why these are here, to be honest with you, but maybe they're in parallel for some reason. This is called over mixing your record, but I guess still being happy with your result. So there's M phaser, there's Pro MB. The Moog EQs are on this stint of situation. There is the soothe on this guy. Yeah, I don't know why these are and aren't here. What's going on up here? The M phaser's off there. I don't know. I felt, I guess I just needed more guitars. Why not? Why not? And that's the drop. Ultimately, that's the drop. Minus the vocals, which are coming in next, and whatever effects that might be happening in the drop, especially towards the end here. You got the big old growl. Right? So, yeah. might as well go through that one right now because it's basically the same thing. I'm filtering up the entire drop synth kind of section here. I believe it's right here. Yeah. See, wow. So just that alone. Right. It's like a 2-bar fake out. Let's see, or I guess 8-bar fake out, whatever, however you want to do your math. Yeah, so the effects, just sidechained them all on this master. The growl, let's see what we got here. So it starts with a resampled growl, I believe. Nice. Okay, so, and I think these are the actual growls. And then what's this? Yeah, there's your Reese that was resampling this. So that guy, just I believe that's an octave up, pinch, glide up, and some saws, Reese bass, effects, just nothing insane. ASIM, distorted comb, pretty much some natural stuff going on there. For that Reese, that's super fun. Right, so that basically is off because, well, actually, I guess I have it on for more layer and texture, but it's basically this. And I'm assuming it sounds a little different because maybe I resampled it through all the mastering and everything going on at that point, but Either way, just go ham. That kind of helps cut through that high growl. There's your low growl together. Right? And then you got these two bugs right here. Right, so you kind of got different filter movement between the second one and the first one. This one might be worth going into. It's really good. ICANN has kick, analog BD. Let's see, distortion is tube. Yeah, some fun stuff going on this this sound right here. Snail food. I guess it's cymatics. Cool. Yeah, they was on back in the day. And then you got your effects. Again, nothing on any of this besides maybe an EQ, some reverb. Yeah, so that's probably the coolest like effect I would say, besides just your average slams. So I'm glad we actually went over this because I forgot that there's a counter melody going on there. Nice little triplet delay. And that's tucked under. Looks like this was supposed to be on too. So LFO tool kind of effed me again. So no more LFO tool, I guess, for me. And yeah, so that pretty much takes care of the effects, to be honest with you. Let's just go into the meat and potatoes of the instrumental and the vocals, I guess. Let's see. I don't know why I have them all in one group, but I guess I have them in this orange group.
I'm the guy that might dip out on the bill Friday night. I'm the guy that your friends warn you about all the time. I'm the guy that gets too drunk at the bar, starting fights, winds up sleeping with your friends. Goddamn, I got demons. I hope they serve beer in hell, 'cause I know what I've done. Guess I'm drinking with the best, stuck on the most wanted list. Oh, well, I guess it is what it is.
All right, so let's see the vocal. Well, actually, I'd rather go for the music first. We'll do the music first. We'll go from the bottom up. You got the drone, some Valhalla on there. So that's going throughout. Then you got your guitar. Nice. A little bit of reverb on that. Nothing crazy. Sometimes I find a lot of like clean stuff can just be done with OTTT and some Valhalla. I can't say OTT correctly. All right. Muted guitar. Just went ahead and kind of got lazy with that, turned things down semitones wise. We got the mute high. That mid, that I'm sorry, almost clean is really great for some clean DI. I should say, I guess, low gain DI. Mid scooped, playing around with some opening, and never did. Haas effect on that. And let's see what else we got for the synths. Looks like the bass kicks in. Again, I had to let go of contact. So whatever it was, it went into all the blink things. Probably just a standard contact bass. EQ, didn't use Haas effect on that, and then I have this little reverse. And it looks like it must be just one shot that I kept playing with. That was the trend. Let's see. No, I don't know where this came from, to be honest with you. Reverse piano. Like, I don't remember a piano anywhere in general, so. Pad, maybe it's something from further on. Anyways, somehow started reversing a piano to follow the chords. Haas effect. No big deal. Second verse, start putting together this. Little pad world, you know. Chainsmokers, sticky sounds. Then I went into. Oh, that's doing absolutely nothing. That's funny.
They say I'm off my rocker. I'm down bad.
Right? Anything else? You got your drone. Your drone switches up a little bit. So the drone started here. And then it's just higher drone. Ambience, I guess. Really verbed out, kind of resonant. And then you have your pluck going on. And then I think one more muted, or the muted guitar comes back. And then you filter everything up a little bit with your high pass, and voila, sidechain everything. So that's basically the music in between, you know, the intro and the verse and everything. Let's hear it one more time with the vocals, maybe.
I'm the guy that might dip out on the bill Friday night. I'm the guy that your friends warn you about all the time. I'm the guy that gets too drunk at the bar, starting fights, winds up sleeping with your friends. Goddamn, I got demons. I hope they serve beer in hell, 'cause I know what I've done. Guess I'm drinking with the best, stuck on her most wanted list. Oh, well, I guess it is what it is.
Cool. And you guys are hearing the side chain. That's why it sounds so choppy. Um, and I forgot about the punk guitars though. So let's kind of go over those real quick. So Hot Taver. Um, I wish I knew where that started. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, I guess I can't really tell. Anyways, I mean I can if I really wanted to, but I don't really want to. Then this second Billy Modern Sharp. And that's basically the punk guitar that goes on. So let's dive into I don't know why the punk guitar's in sense, but whatever. Vocals. All right, so the vocals, I have this M phaser on my vocal.
I'm the guy that might dip out on the bill Friday night. I'm the guy that your friends warn you about all the time. I'm the guy that gets. I'm the guy that might dip out on. I'm the guy that might dip. I'm the guy that might dip.
Honestly, I can hardly hear the difference. It kind of squeezes it a little bit, I can see. Then you got your Pro MB.
I'm the guy that might dip out on the bill Friday night. I'm the guy that your friends warn you about all the time. I'm the guy that gets too drunk at the bar, starting fights, winds up sleeping with your friends. Goddamn, I got demons. I hope they serve beer in hell, 'cause I know what I've done. Guess I'm drinking with the best, stuck on her most wanted list. Oh, well, I guess it is what it is.
So some de-essing, especially pushing it so hard, needed to de-ess, put some soothe
It is
on,
what it is.
some vocal automation, volume automation, and then sidechain it to the impulse. So then there's kind of this second layer of where the main vocals are in groups wise. Looks like there is a lot of this.
I'm the guy that might dip out on the bill Friday night. I'm the
Oh
guy.
yeah, I wasn't able to get these Valhalla delays. Okay, that's so funny. Anyways, so I didn't use that. I think I used this at one point. Yeah, just for the.
Well, I guess it is what it is.
That one's super fun. So let's dive into that.
Well, I guess.
You know, some King telephone. It's telephone, but with a little king hat on top of it. Love that, and then a little bit of your dry signal in there. Wonder what this would have sounded like.
Well, I guess it is what it is.
Interesting. Andy in a bottle. Then I have Endless Smile doing the Endless Smile thing. And I think I just did that at the end of the song. Yeah. Okay. And no more Valhalla Room and stuff like that. Because VSTs and Ableton 12 and whatever were just a pain for a bit. So here is the vocal.
I'm the guy that might dip out on the bill Friday night. I'm the guy that might dip out on the bill.
Then you have these doubles with reflections and echo. So double effect, you got your Camel Crusher on Annihilate, delay, Pro Q3, King Haas effect. You know, kind of cool stuff there. The double itself. Oh, there's another double track. What does this one sound like?
Guess I'm drinking with the best of on the most wanted list. Oh, well.
So yeah, got that little guy going on. Some reverb. You got a little bit of this guitar rig on Air Ensemble, and then I melodined a few things. And that's pretty much the vocal, you know. Let's see what this guy is.
I guess it is what it is.
Like the worst fake harm.
I guess it is what it is. It is what it is. I guess it is what it is. When I come around.
But that's important, you know, at the end of the day. Without it,
I guess it is what it is. When I come around, I guess it is what it is. When I come around, they call me crazy.
that stuff is fire.
I hope they serve beer in hell, 'cause guess I'm drinking with the best stuck on their most wanted list. Oh, well, I guess it is what it is. I hope they serve beer in hell, 'cause I know what I've done. I hope they serve beer in hell.
And I sang that a little differently at the end. I remember that because I was on the original version. Let's see what these guys are real quick. Probably the King, Haas. Yeah, nothing crazy going on. Just making my own delays basically. And that's the vocal. Kind of tinny. Needed to do that to make it kind of loud, poppy, and shimmery into this mix of the record. But all in all, that's the music with the vocal. And so let's just kind of go through one last time and play the song. There's a couple of sends here for. I don't even think I use these actually. No, I don't think these will turn on at all while we do this play down. Here we go.
I'm the guy that might dip out on the bill Friday night. I'm the guy that your friends warn you about all the time. I'm the guy that gets too drunk at the bar, starting fights, winds up sleeping with your friends. Goddamn, I got demons. I hope they serve beer in hell, 'cause I know what I've done. I'm drinking with the best stuck on the most wanted list. Oh, well, I guess it is what it is. Call me crazy, shooting rounds off the roof. And I might have a devil don't care badass MF attitude. I know my rights and I'm alive. The sky like the 4th of July. Goddamn, here we go again. They say I'm off my rocker. I'm down, man, ain't no fixing. They say I'm too far gone. That man ain't worth nothing. They say that I'm lazy, maybe, but that ain't crazy. You say exactly what you need. I say that's how God made me. I hope they serve beer in hell, 'cause I know what I've done. Guess I'm drinking with the best, stuck on their most wanted list. Oh, well, I guess it is what it is. Is what it is. I guess it is what it is. What it is. I guess it is what it is. I hope they serve beer in hell, 'cause I know what I've done.
I hope they serve beer in hell, the festival version. Production breakdown, mix, mastering breakdown, arrangement breakdown. Hope you guys like it.